Hey everyone, my name's Walter, and I'm back here to read some more stuff from Reddit. Now that I'm finally done with that last saga, we're going straight back to talking about nice guys. Nice guys are those fedoraed fellows who like to go on about how nice they are. And sometimes about how nice other men are not. They will gloat over abuse in particularly bad cases, but they must always maintain that they're a nice guy. Let's begin with more nice guys from Reddit. Let's start this video with posts this time. Most of these posts are from Reddit nice guys. I've been coming to FedEx for my printing needs for years, and it was hurtful that Madeline had somebody else help me like she was avoiding me when she wasn't even busy. Wow. And as far as I know, I've been nothing but nice to her. Awesome customer service. Also, a few other workers could lose the attitude. Not impressed. Okay, that is Russell Greer, right? I think it's him. He's a total creep. He definitely did something to make her avoid him. Girls, it's your fault. You don't date good guys because they are too nice. You friend zone them. Calm and gentle guys are too weak and boring for you. You want bad boys. Now when bad boys become bad, you start movements and hashtags. Go to hell. He says when a woman is stabbed by an abusive boyfriend. Oh, that's her fault. How dare she not date a nice guy? Next up is an exchange in Lucas Werner's Facebook comments. Strap yourself in for this one. If you're a woman interested in men but you're not interested in dating me, why the fuck would I want to be your friend? If you were single, would you? No? Then why are we friends? Excuse me? Is this a joke? No, but you earned a block for being a jerk to me. Okay, incel. You should have never sent me a friend request. How is it fair that you're unwilling to go to the next level? How the fuck are you so important? You're not. You're a bigot. How am I an incel when you wanted to be my friend under false pretenses? Am I not a man? Am I not a human being worthy of romantic love? You're intentionally wasting the time of another human being, and that isn't what I would call compassionate behavior. Lack of compassion cannot be made up with a pretty face and a nice body. Yeah, according to him, being friends with someone if you're not sleeping with them is a waste of time. Predictably, he doesn't have a single friend in the world. Hey, blank. Firstly, I understand I've overstayed my welcome, so don't get mad. But thanks for being a friend. I believe I was being obsessive due to a lack of understanding about women. I didn't have a mother, so basically women are equals that behave intelligently, unlike an animal or subspecies. So now that I know, I have peace toward women. Thank you again for your patience. So he thought women were a lesser species until now? Well, I guess at least he figured it out. Hey man, I just want to send you some good luck on finding a good woman. But fuck that shit, a good woman is rare nowadays. You got bitches, especially black women, out here wanting to be treated like a bitch, wanting to date these super thugs that go to prison on a regular basis, have children so they can get that child support, and just ruin the life of another man. Bitches always like to play these childish games and lead you on until she finally fucks you over. I guess I might be single for a while, but that's fine with me. Until I find a woman that doesn't fit the criteria above, fuck it. I don't get most women nowadays. They really prefer assholes over nice guys. Oh, so you've got these super thugs, which is definitely not a racist term, by the way, who go to prison all the time and you expect me to believe they're paying their child support? I don't know, man. It blows my mind that girls will break it off with me for being a dork or not having that much money, but be hung up on guys who are garbage human beings. I'm sorry if I'm being mean, but it completely baffles me. I'm not that greatest guy, but I have never put my hands on a woman, and if I ever talk down to someone, or if I'm really shitty, I talk it out. Not being physically abusive is a positive trait, I guess, but it might not be quite enough to guarantee you a girlfriend. Okay, now I have a story for you from Reddit Nice Guy Stories. Catholic Match Nice Guy. I'm a strong Catholic, and was back when I lived with my parents in a quiet town in the country. I suffer heavily from depression, and for years I couldn't even hold a job, and having fibromyalgia didn't help, with even a walk up and down the backyard hill making me out of breath and then sore the next morning. In my mid-20s, things were getting a lot better, both physically and mentally, with good med combinations. And my good mom, who's a real support and rock, suggested I try Catholic Match, more for looking for friends than straight up dating, because there really wasn't anyone in our area to meet, and I was feeling like I wanted to meet some new guys. Well, had a few chats with different guys that went nowhere, then I met a guy who seemed quirky and weird like me. Oh, how stupid and naive I was. Well, where do I start with this basket case? There was a red flag practically every week. He asked if we could go to email after a while, but I said I wasn't ready yet. He then Googled me, found my email, and contacted. He sent a message, then was all, "Oh no, I hope this doesn't seem creepy, I just want to talk to you." I stupidly let it go, though told him I did not appreciate it. He was an alcoholic, but when I revealed I liked tea a lot, he started claiming he was getting into tea and had stopped drinking because of you. But then a few days later, he would write some drunken long email. And then another, and another, all through the night while I was sleeping. I would wake up to so much words that I didn't know how to read it all and respond. He would go from one thing to another. One moment I was on a pedestal. The next he was convinced I had a boyfriend and was showing his emails to him and laughing, or I was some kind of floozy. He never called me anything as bad as a slut, but it was kinda implied, just not that he actually believed I was sleeping around. Just that I had a bunch of guys in my pocket? I don't know, he was seriously delusional. It was just a really awful, weird experience, and he kept making excuses like he had something, not depression, but something that supposedly made him go a little weird now and then. At one point, he decided, since it wasn't going anywhere and I told him it wasn't working, we stopped corresponding. Something like a year later, he contacted me wanting to pick up again, and was all sorry and contrite and had taken a hard look at his life, the usual bull. I tentatively responded, but again made it clear that this was really not a good idea. He got mad, got very abusive with his words, just continued where things left off, but worse. At one point he Googled me again and was lurking on my DeviantArt where I post art. A DeviantArt friend commented on one of my works and he got it into his head to stalk their profile and then tell them I shouldn't be friends with them. I got mad, told him off, he continued being abusive only to come back with some "I've been thinking hard and praying" bull, and I kept feeling bad and trying to figure this out. Another time I drew a friend's roleplay character who was a guy with magical tattoos. I believe this was after we yet again agreed to stop corresponding. He goes off on me about, "Oh, so you like those kind of men?" As if me drawing a male character meant I was in love with it. It was some years ago, so I don't remember the exact sequence of events, but the icing on the cake was when he said another abusive goodbye and I didn't even respond, just blocked him and tried to move on. Icing to come. I was actually genuinely afraid that he would find my address and show up at my house. We never met in real life, but he was in the same state. At the beginning he was somewhere else with a doctor trying to help him, but he made the people trying to help him sound like they were the bad guys and alienated me against them even though I never had interactions with them. That was early on when I didn't see the pattern of abuse, kindness, return to alcohol, rinse, repeat. I can see why you'd be concerned. Him looking up someone randomly would be creepy, but it's worse after you tell him, "No, I'm not comfortable doing that," and he just says, "Fuck you, we're doing it anyway." I see no reason to think he wouldn't just show up if he's already capable of that kind of thing. I did like him getting jealous about that drawing of a guy with tattoos, though. He's not a very confident man, is he? I since moved several states for work. In my 20s I was a seamstress, which was a dream job because I could sit most of the time, but that ended. But even then I was afraid of him following me. One day he emails me with a new email address, talking about how he lost his old email but just wanted to talk to me if I wanted to try to be friends again. And his father had just died and he really took a hard look at his life and was going to be better. He had pulled this "I've come back to Jesus" crap on me so many times I didn't even fully believe that his father had died. I told him as much, and what does he do? Blow up. Hurl abuse at me and accuse me of being a Satanist. Twice. I blocked him without replying and have since changed my email. Nowadays I'm just pissed and slightly amused, not really afraid anymore. A Satanist for calling him on his bull. Yeah, beautiful last words. But it gets better. About a year later, he makes a DeviantArt account and tries to contact me like nothing flipping happened. Just "I miss you, I'm now homeless, me. I snapped and actually started swearing at him up and down, telling him to get the F away. How dare he come onto DeviantArt to contact me after I made it clear I never wanted to speak to him again. And there was no coming back from calling me a Satanist. I then blocked him and ranted about it on my journal. My brother, who is also a fellow artist there, asked for his username, and went to say I don't know what to him, but I hope it was enough for him to take a hint. I've also told my older brother about it too, and since he was in Navy intelligence for a time, I imagine if need be, he could find the guy and go put the real fear of God into him. That is my nice guy story. Sorry if it's not well written out. For a number of years I had abysmal memory due to the depression, so it's all a jumble still except for the last bits. That's me, a Satanist, for calling a man's bluff. Imagine. I'd like to say that it's only the craziest people that call someone else Satan or a Satanist. I don't think it's something Catholics throw at each other. I went to a Catholic school for 6 years and I don't remember any of that at least. This guy sounded absolutely miserable. I think there's still time for more posts. Unrealistic. The nice deserving men literally never get women. They all always want douchebags. Even if he's got money, she will only want that. She'll never want him. She will just drive her new Tesla over to football player weed-smoking Chad's house to get her titties peed on instead of my mansion that I bought with my hard-earned money. People in the comments are saying that this scenario is suspiciously specific. Hey, was going through your profile, found you interesting, so am writing to you. As a normal routine, I know you must be tired of people saying, "Hi there, I think you are cute, you are pretty, I like your smile, I like your eyes," and stuff. And I can imagine how irritating it can be when someone out of nowhere jumps up and says, "Do you want to be my friend? Or can I be your friend?" And you feel like, man, do I know you? Hence, I would definitely not do the same. Neither would I ask you to be my friend. All I shall say is, why don't we start a conversation and let friendship develop on its own? Am just friendly. Guy. Can we be friends? And now it's your turn to say. He says he won't ask to be friends and then he asks it anyway. This is probably supposed to be more interesting than a normal message, but there's really nothing of substance here. He just takes a really long time to ask the same question. I know this is kinda weird and pushy, but thought if you don't ask, you don't get. But after lockdown, would you like to have sex? I'm not a perv or a creep or anything. I'm a nice guy and I've been following your account for a while and well, I'd treat you well and the sex would be good. I've made every girl I've been with come. I won't judge you or think you're easy, so what do you think? He probably thinks it makes him seem real caring to wait until quarantine is over. He must deserve at least one sex for that, right? Girls are so lucky I'm so damn nice and that I don't like to disrespect any of them. Like if I didn't, so many girls would be out of life, and if I went off on any of them, they would leave. But it's life, I guess. Fuck it. I think that's a vaguely threatening statement. I don't know, the guy writes like a moron. Ladies, I want your opinion, seriously. Why is it that when a guy respectfully comments multiple pictures and likes them, some of y'all throw shade at him, or don't give him the time of day? But, when the guy you already know is grimy says some wild shit to you, some of y'all flock to that dude. I'm curious. He respectfully comments on multiple pictures in a row. If you do that, anyone's just going to think you're thirsty. It just is what it is, I guess. Okay, one more post. Well, it's 2 posts, but from the same guy. No, it's not always the nice ones. I've been told I'm a nice guy and I've never done any of this. You are your own person and should have your own life. I have trust in my better half and trust her to do what's right. By saying it's always the nice guys, it makes it seem like all the nice guys are like this, when in reality they are not. Normally I agree with you, blank, but this time you are wrong. Jesus, man, it's the guys who say themselves they are the nice guys, when they are clearly nutbags. They whine, they gaslight and insist there is nothing wrong with them. They're a step down from an incel. Okay, I'm only going to say this once. I don't give a fuck who you are, how long we've been friends, a relationship status, whatever. If you have friends who attack me for no reason at all, and then you get mad at me for attacking right back when I did nothing to deserve being attacked in the first place, just go ahead and get the fuck out of my life. I don't need and I don't want people like you in my life. Gonna yell at me for yelling at your friend when they did it first? Oh hell no, fuck them and fuck you. I'm done with this shit, plain and simple. I'm done being the nice guy and letting people walk over me and my friends expecting me not to do anything back. Oh no, we've lost another nice guy. The women must be crying in the streets. I'm not really sure why he was so offended that he had to become the savior of all nice guys and lose friends over it. Well anyway, that is about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you have something to say, be sure to let me hear it in the comments. That's half the fun of making a video. If you're new here and want more, consider subscribing. I just got my sub count over 10k last week, so there will be something special coming up, I just haven't decided what yet. I'd also, of course, like to thank my generous patrons. Thanks to new patrons Jake Decker and Shit for Brains, and the rest of them. I'll be shouting patrons out by name sometime this week. Thanks so much for helping me deal with the problem of monetization in this Reddit genre. Well, have a great day, everyone, and if someone begins by breaking your trust, you should probably just ghost them. Sounds like a plan to me.